Hello, all my gorgeous people in America. It is I, Donald Trump, your president of the United States. No, so before I came on and I had a strike, a guideline strike due to hate speech. And my strike was on my Nick Cannon video. And as you can see, it's been reinstated. I sent an appeal, and within a few minutes, but this was claimed to be hate speech, and they skipped the warning and they went straight to a strike. So, like I said, I sent an appeal, and I didn't know how long it would take. So I contacted Salty Cracker on Twitter, and then I also commented on Mark Dice's thread about it on Twitter, and then I come back and it's reinstated. Basically, they're saying it was hate speech. So the man sitting at the table talking, saying that because black people have melanin in their skin and more of it, and black people are jealous of it, he's trying to say that black people are the true. They're saying that the white people are the real animals and the true savages because of the color of their skin. And I said, that is racist. That is hate speech, not me commenting and talking about it. The man who's sitting at the table is promoting hate speech by being very fucking racist. Saying, oh, the white people, they're just savages and barbarians, and they're just jealous and low self-esteem because they don't have melanin in their skin enough to be this color. That is fucking hate speech, and that is racist. But yet I'm the one who's struck with hate speech. So, like I said, normally it gives you a warning, and then it goes to a strike. But mine, it went straight to strike. So I don't know who tried to strike it down as hate speech. Maybe it was the system. Maybe someone reported it. But either way, it's been reinstated. That's why I'm making this video. And, there's nothing in here that says anything wrong. Nick Cannon racist rant. White people are closer to animals. Those are his exact words. He says they are closer to animals, and that right there you can see in the thumbnail, they lack compassion. Those are his words, not mine. That is hate speech. That right there is hate speech. And then my description says, seems like Mr. Cannon is hitting the very definition of being a racist. But of course, the left-wing media will praise him. Imagine that. There's nothing wrong. There's no hate speech there. But you can't be a real YouTuber without going through this crap. This is why a lot of people turn away from posting on YouTube, because they don't want to fucking have to keep going through this. It's like, I've had this channel since 2007. And I know it's stupid to have my main channel, like my uploading channel is the one I use to watch videos and all that. But that's just how it happened. But yeah, people were like, well, you can be tossed at any time and this and that because of these stupid rules. And I agree. Like I said, this is the first time. Lucky enough, it's just a warning. Now this one is because of the fucking Pizza Hut video. Pizza Hut training video. I got struck for that. Copyright strikes. So I just went along and I deleted everything that, Luckily enough, there was only like 1 or 2 views on it. So I'm like, well, whatever. I don't fucking care. All it does is decrease my video count. There was no interaction, no nothing, no likes, no comments. So I'm like, whatever. It's not, no level loss here. But yeah. So I feel like a real YouTuber now. Real YouTuber. So now it's just a warning. So they real fast. But yeah, I just it always makes you feel welcomed when you go through the same thing everyone else is. kind of like when I first moved here to um, North Carolina. People were always saying how racist everyone is and whatnot, and I never believed them. And this is the one and only incident I've ever had. So not everyone here is like that. It's just these people were. I was at Burger King because I worked there a year or two ago, and I was outside cleaning. I was sweeping the parking lot, and there were these two guys in a car, and I was sweeping around them. They stopped me. They said about my hair, about how I had a really nice hair, and of course they were bald, and had a nice head of hair. And I said something like, "Oh yeah, it's genetic thing for me. I get it from my mom and dad. The length from my dad and everything, and the curls, because Jew and all that. Because Jewish, their hair kind of curls down." And then when they saw that, they heard that I was Jewish, they were like, freaking out, and they were rolling up their windows, and I went to the other side to get the garbage on the other side, and then for some reason they called me, and this is, I quote, this is what they said. They called me a Jew nigger. I'm like, what the fuck? And so they drove off, and they were like, "Turn around, let me see your face, boy." So I go back inside, and I tell the manager, I'm like, "Hey, if two guys come in here and they seem very uneducated, and they're like they're saying, 'Yo, is there a guy here who's tall, he's got long hair?'" And I'm like, if those guys come in looking for me, don't tell them that I'm working here or where I am. He's like, "Why would I do that?" I'm like, well, the guy's name was Maurice, and he was really cool. He watched Dragon Ball Super, and we would talk about every episode, like every Saturday, the episode. Next time we saw each other, when I would go in, he was really cool. He was talking about the fight scenes and how awesome the animation was, and he was really, really cool. But he was black, so I said, "Well, these guys were outside," and I had to whisper to him because I didn't want anyone else hearing it, obviously. But I'm like, "Yeah, I was just outside, and these guys called me a Jew nigger." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yep, now I've experienced some good old wholesome Southern racism." He's like, "What? That's crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, how do you even use those two words in a sentence?" Now, I know black people can be Jews, but just to hear those two words in a sentence, I thought was fucking hilarious. I wasn't sad. I wasn't like, "Oh, you big meanies." But obviously, considering they did seem like the kind of assholes who would come and try to do something, obviously I had to say something to my boss. Say, "Hey, two guys come in here looking for me. I'm not here." Because they look like the kinds of guys who would drive around with a shotgun in their back seat. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, yeah, I've experienced racism, so I'm an oppressed person. Where are my reparations? No, but yeah, so I just wanted to make this video. So it was nice to see that they fixed it so quickly, but the fact is, this is why a lot of people get turned off by becoming a YouTuber, because everything can be considered hate speech. Like I said, there's the black guy, and everything in the title and everything, that's stuff that he said. And yet I'm the one being hit with hate speech. Come on. But, yeah, so that's it for me. I'm glad it's just a warning now. But, any comments? Oh, yeah. The $10,000 pillows with Wayfair. If you haven't watched that, watch that. Because, I don't know, child traffic or human trafficking conspiracy, because some furniture was like tens of thousands of dollars, and some of them shared names with missing people. But then I said something that's like, wait, what if you go into a restaurant or burger place and there's like a David burger? Maybe some guy came in and he ate this really big burger or had a weird request and they named it after him. People are gonna like, "Oh my god, it's named after a missing person, or even crazier, it's like, oh my god, they're making the burger out of David. I mean, it's stupid. There's no evidence. But then I was looking at the thing, and yeah, there was like $10,000 pillows. Actually, it was like 9,999 and some odd cents, but obviously tax, so 10,000. But yeah, if you haven't watched that, watch it. Watch it. I'll go ahead and. I think it's just because it was like a high-end silk. Silk is really expensive. Back in like Imperial China and stuff like that, silk was very valuable. So, good old silkworms. Holy crap, 10 minutes already. But yeah, I just wanted to make that about this. So, about the warning and good old southern racism and silkworms. So, if you've ever had any incidents, actually, have you guys ever had a racist incident? And how did you react? And have you experienced like after that? I guess because, like I said, I haven't. It was the one and only time. That was the only time I experienced any kind of thing like that. And when it happened, like I said, I kind of more laughed it off because it was fucking ridiculous. And so yeah, have you guys ever suffered any kind of racist, kind of hateful speech against you? And if so, what did you do? Who, what, where, when, and why? There you go. If you hit all those points, bully! Good for you, man. But yeah, I just wanted to do that. Anyways, so thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. I feel like a real YouTuber now. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.